Howdy, my name is Azul. This is a pro party on Leviathan Extreme. We are farming, but maybe what you see here might be able to help you if you're trying to learn Leviathan. Biggest thing to watch out for is the dives and the slams. That is what kills most parties. We actually have it down, and I'll explain that as we see it so that maybe it can help you out if that's the thing that you're having the most trouble with here. A lot of people say spin your camera. You don't need to do that, you just need to zoom out all the way. You need to see as much of the field as possible. He always has a pattern. It's always the same. Always starts off with a slam, as you're about to see here. And as you can see, I just have my camera zoomed out so I can see as much of the field. I noticed a splash behind me, so I knew I had to get to the other side of the platform. The slam is always the first thing to hit. I am the off-tank there. I'm the paladin. My job is to hit the tail. And to get the ads, in pro parties you'll actually see both tanks, even the main tank, can grab the ad that pops on his side when they prop as a pair. Some people will expect the paladin to grab both. That's not necessary. In fact, it helps out a lot because the paladin sometimes loses aggro on the tail when trying to get them both. Kills the healers. So help from the main tank is always best. The next ad that spawns is the wave tooth ad. He pops right in the center, same spot every time. It is the paladin's job to stun him. If you don't have a paladin, you just really gotta watch the stuns because he casts Hysteria, which wipes parties easily. Paladin has 3 stuns, 6 seconds, 3 seconds, and 1 second. It's best to maximize damage. Everyone should be attacking the ad at this time. If you're not attacking the ad, you're essentially killing the party. That's basically it. Next thing to spawn will be the spumes. DPS, to maximize the DPS, the tanks can grab the spumes on their side. I have mine, the warrior has his own, and the DPS start on the back ones. This way we can maximize the tank DPS on the front, get the back ones killed, and then the DPS can help us out on the front ones there. Problem with if you're trying to kill the front ones early, you have the tanks going back on Leviathan, which just causes the phases to push faster. And when phases push faster, you don't get enough charge. You don't get enough charge, you get AoE killed. So it just really helps out to have that method, that system. Or I guess you could say that pattern, however you want to call it there. Now we're going to get 2 dives and a slam. That's the next pattern here. I'm actually using headphones when I play this so that I can actually hear the spouts if I can't see them. But as you can see, if you keep your camera zoomed out, you see enough that you know where he's coming from. Right there, I didn't see the splash, but I could hear it. And given that I could eliminate 3 of the possible incoming slams, I knew exactly where he was coming from. He was coming from the left side where I couldn't see him, so just saves a whole lot of running around, saves a whole lot of spinning the camera, a lot of unnecessary panic. The splashes of water you see underneath us, those are grand falls. They drop big water droplets. If you get hit by one of those, it casts heavy on you, which slows you down. That's not something you want. Sometimes it's unavoidable. In this case, you notice I'm not with the rest of the group. The party will gather in the center to maximize the buff and the healing from the healers, but the off-tank actually has a debuff on him called Briny Mirror. If any of the healers use anything except to regen, or the EOS, the little fairy, they will actually get a debuff on them that reduces their healing range. So it's best to use regen only, or to let the fairy heal the off-tank, whoever has the most aggro from the tail. We're in the second phase now. The railings do break off, so it's very important not to fall off here. The ads always spawn in the same spot. You can always anticipate when they spawn. I'm going to have the next ad spawn here in just a second. Easiest way for a paladin to grab them, if you know that they're going to spawn, is to just flash, Circle of Scorn, flash. It's a quick way to grab their aggro to keep them from running too far. It keeps them from attacking the healers, and you don't even have to really move very far. As you noticed, he did go away from me a little bit, but I didn't really have to run very far. More Grand Falls drop. I did get hit by one, but still managed to avoid the dives. As you notice, I'm not really spinning the camera to find him. I know where he is just by keeping the camera zoomed out and staying near the edges. On the second set of spumes, as soon as they pop, it's only one dive per slam. That's what kills a lot of parties, is they expect 2 dives. Nope, as soon as they pop, it's just 1 dive. You gotta be ready for that. You'll notice that the mage hit a limit break 2 on the back spumes. That's not necessary in a pro party, but if you're learning, I do recommend that. You always have if you have a mage, have them limit break 2 spumes. Usually the ones away from the tanks, but it doesn't really matter, as long as you can maximize the damage on them. If you have a limit break 3, the mage should limit break the center, and it'll hit all 4, which really helps greatly. Paladin's job at this moment is to grab the blue ones. I run to the center and I usually just flash them a couple times, which hits them right on me. The idea is to just let them explode on me. Right here I'm hitting Tempered Will. That actually will stop you from sliding if you're a paladin. So you notice that it's like one freebie move if you pop it early enough. Hit hallowed ground so that they don't destroy me, and I just let them explode. The idea is to just keep those away from the team, so that's why I went to this far end. Back to the tail. We're actually almost at the end of it here. You notice I'm sitting here on the edge of the corner. The main tank, the warrior, is doing the same thing. The idea is for the healers to be able to heal our DPS without healing us. They can heal us a different way, but the AoE heals we want to be kept away from. In particular for the off tank, it's because of the debuff. We don't want them to catch the debuff. For the main tank, it's because Leviathan has an attack that attacks behind him, and you don't want to be dragging that into the rest of the party. So that's why it's better to tank on the edges there. This next Wave Tooth is actually one of the killers, because if you don't kill him fast enough, he will cast Hysteria, which will essentially make your character walk right off the platform. So you'll notice I got the stuns there. The DPS is extremely heavy on him. We have to kill him fast in time, which I've actually seen main tanks, and even if I'm main tanking, I will actually drop the head just to kill that cat. He is that important. If you see this point, then you are essentially in the clear. You either kill him or you hit Enrage. There's no in between anymore. So this is essentially the end of it. There's probably going to have one more dive slam. Yep. Whatever side Leviathan was originally on, that's the side he usually starts his dives from. You'll notice I keep the camera zoomed out so I can see behind me in that case. But then wherever he lands, he usually comes from that end as well. Fortunate enough in that we actually didn't have any sideways dives in this one, but he does occasionally come in sideways, which catches a lot of people off guard. Still, if you have your camera zoomed out, you can see enough, so it's not a problem. If you pass the second Wave Tooth and you see a second pair of ad spawn, you were too late. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Best of luck to you.